So I'm going to go to your third part of your bio because I broke it into three parts. So now the third part of your bio is about your today. So today, JC is dedicated to the right to privacy in the quest to help secure our future world. Our future world, we all know, is in the web. We're talking about the metaverse and the crypto world and all those things that are built up on the web. And now we're here. I'm in Nigeria, Abuja, Nigeria, and you're in New York, and we're having a conversation. Someone said something very profound that in like some years to come, bringing people together physically in person will be a very expensive venture. That most transactions will be virtual, so that's the world JC is trying to protect. So I want you to shed a little light on this, your third part, what you do today, before we go into the main topic for today.
Well, this is a very good question, and your intro is very good as well. There's something about the world changing that's like your hair growing, right? At one point, you realize, oh my gosh, I need a haircut. Something has happened. But day to day, you don't see this, right?
Yeah.
There came a time some years ago where I realized that fake profiles were rocking democracies across the globe, including ours here in the United States. You might have noticed. Um, this is this is this is a very serious situation, and I think the interesting thing that I've learned about the world post getting online is that we gained more of almost everything, right? We could hear you and I are breaking down geography, right? We're breaking down time barriers.
Yeah.
Uh, these are incredible innovations connecting the globe in ways that were unimaginable, right? Unimaginable. That's profound, and it's clearly positive. And as a young person, I felt that computers and this web future were so important. I wanted everyone to just buy into it right off the bat. Let's go, go, go.
Hmm.
And now I have 4 little children. I'm worried about securing a future world that they can be in. Because when we take our business online, when we take our world and our lives online, we get so much more, but we get less of something too, right? We get less of, I think, one thing, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, but we get less trust. We get a lot less trust.
Totally agree with you.
Maybe you remember before profiles, we used to have avatars and other ways to just create an account and talk. Yeah, you're like, that was really out of control, right? The anonymity made it just vitriolic. People were mean. It was irresponsible. When we bring our lives and identity online, we have no problem in the real world. I can go into a bank. I can't be 500 people at once.
Yeah.
Right. I'm the person you're looking at. Right. I reach into my pocket and I hold up my ID card, and you say, "Oh, you live near my sister, and welcome to our bank." And we'll see you at the grocery store. Online, my bank door is open to everybody.
Yeah.
Everywhere. And people can attack it. They can bum rush it, right? With a whole bunch of fakes, phonies. One person could be 500. So the online world has a different set of laws, right? If I take my driver's license and I go downstairs to the bar here in New York City and I show the guy, I'm 21, let me in so I can have a drink. The person at the bar, first of all, is very good at recognizing a fake driver's license or a fake person. You can see I'm not likely to be less than 21 years old. They need to check that because that's the law in the city. So when you come to one of these fancy places, there's a guy out front and he looks at your driver's license.
Hmm.
Now, by showing him that, if I came tomorrow, he doesn't remember my address. He didn't store my photo.
Yeah.
He looked at the card, looked at my birthday. He doesn't know my birthday. He said, that's well, enough. He's
Yeah.
obviously over 21. If I show that same ID online,
Hmm.
a picture of that ID can be duplicated forever, just like stealing music.
Yeah.
You can make copies of that ID limitlessly without detection
Yeah.
forever,
Yeah.
right? That's why it's a risk. But
Yeah.
also, it's very easy to steal. It's very easy to fake.
Hmm.
So online isn't the same. And taking things that are offline and using them online
Yeah.
isn't the same as using that same thing in the real world.
Yeah.
And the last great problem, perhaps, that we have to solve behind getting pizza delivered is ourselves. We need to secure our reputation.
Yeah.
Right? We need to secure our who we are. We need to be legitimate as the one person we are.
Yeah.
Now, maybe if I'm on a dating site, I don't want people to know exactly who I am, but they should be able to know this person is really named Jesse.
Yeah.
They really live in New York. He's a Leo. His age is between 45 and 55 or whatever. And a 4.1 out of 5 score says he's probably the person he says he is.
Yeah.
Right? If we could simply have that in a way that I could trust, a way the service can trust, and a way that other people interacting with me can trust, then we can bring this trust problem back to the internet in a way that makes sense, purely digital. As long as we're taking pictures of ID cards, you will not solve the problem. The reason why we can't buy software in a box today is exactly the same problem.
Yeah.
In the digital world, you must have a pure digital solution. You can't take something from the real world and translate it.
Yeah.
And the irony is, your driver's license is printed from what? Data, right? Where does the data come from? From your DMV account.
Yes,
You already have to pay your parking tickets,
Yeah.
right? So you have to log into this account,
Yeah.
right? It's already yours. That card is so that you have a reference for when data is not available, right? So sadly, and this wasn't me, sadly, someone during those early years said to somebody working in a bank, we'd like to open up our bank doors on the web. In our real store, somebody comes in to open up an account and they show us our ID. What should we do online? And the engineer thought, well, I know. You could take a picture of your driver's license and just send us that.
Wow.
And it seemed like such a good idea. It seemed so simple. That's what we're already doing. But of course, now we live in a world where fake profiles are rocking democracies. It's rape, extortion, murder. It is the most heinous crimes that go on in our world because of this lack of trust. What have we done? What have we done? If I would have much rather have solved that problem correctly back in 1993 than delivering pizza. Okay, so it's all relative. Okay, we do what we can.
Yeah.
But here we are in 2024 and nobody has solved that problem yet. So my story is that I met my wife online. I personally could not trust, right? This was a very dangerous experience. I understood that I had to secure my reputation, and I wanted the same for her and for everyone else.
Yeah.
And so that, by the way, is 20 years ago. That takes
Wow.
one idea of how long some invention, these overnight successes, they take forever.
Yeah.
But at one day, this kept in my head. How could I keep myself safe? How could I secure my reputation and share it only with those that I wanted? And that's where TrueAnon came from. I made something that I could believe in, that my children could use, that my wife could use, that people I care about could use. And now I want to share that with the world. So that's why I'm here.